Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Huzaifah Ahmed and today I'm here with another topic for discussion with ChatGPT, which is discuss the importance of empathy in leadership and teamwork. So let's get started. Hey ChatGPT, today I'm going to discuss with you the importance of empathy in leadership and teamwork.
I love that topic. Empathy is such a game changer when it comes to leadership. It really helps build trust, collaboration, and a sense of belonging in teams. What angle are you thinking of exploring, like practical strategies or maybe some real world examples? Yeah, of course.
First, tell me
So,
what exactly is empathy and how is it different from sympathy in a leadership context?
great question. So, empathy is really about putting yourself in someone else's shoes, feeling what they feel, understanding their perspective without necessarily agreeing. Sympathy, on the other hand, is more about feeling care or pity for someone from a bit of a distance. In leadership, empathy is crucial because it helps you connect, build trust, and guide your team in a way that really resonates with them.
Why has empathy become one of the most talked about leadership qualities in recent years?
Yeah, that's a really interesting trend. I think a big part of it is that workplaces have become more human centered. People aren't just cogs in a machine anymore. Empathy in leadership helps create psychological safety, boosts morale, and drives collaboration. Plus, with more diverse and remote teams, leaders need to really understand different perspectives to keep everyone engaged and motivated.
What does research say about how empathetic leaders actually perform compared to the non empathetic ones?
Research shows that empathetic leaders tend to perform better than non empathetic ones. Studies across 38 countries found that leaders who showed empathy were rated higher by both their teams and supervisors. Empathy was linked to better employee engagement, job satisfaction, and innovation. However, the research also notes that this effect is stronger in cultures with lower power distance and that empathy needs to be genuine and balanced to truly drive results.
Now, tell me, can someone be too empathetic as a leader? And is there a point where it becomes a weakness because excess of anything is bad, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. You're right on the mark. I mean, when a leader is too empathetic, they can start to lose objectivity or even have a hard time making tough decisions. It might blur boundaries, like taking on everyone's emotional burden. So the key is balance, being empathetic while still maintaining clear expectations, boundaries, and a focus on outcomes.
What's the connection between empathy and psychological safety in a team environment?
Yeah, that's a great link. So when leaders show empathy, it really signals to team members that they're heard and valued. That creates a sense of psychological safety. People feel safe to speak up, take risks, and share ideas without fear of being shut down or judged. And that in turn drives innovation, collaboration, and overall team performance.
How does a lack of empathy in leadership show up in team culture, morale, and performance?
Yeah, so when leaders lack empathy, it often shows up as a kind of emotional disconnect. Team members might feel ignored, undervalued, or like their concerns don't matter. And over time, that can really drag down morale. People get disengaged, trust erodes, and you see lower productivity. So without empathy, you lose that human connection that keeps a team cohesive and supported.
Now, what's the difference between a leader who performs empathy and the one who genuinely practices it?
That's a really subtle but important distinction. So, a leader who just performs empathy might say the right things, but their actions don't really follow through. It can feel a bit superficial. A leader who genuinely practices empathy, though, not only listens and understands, but also takes meaningful action, adjusting strategies, offering support, or advocating for their team. In short, genuine empathy is consistent, heartfelt, and shapes real change, not just a temporary impression.
How do you lead with empathy while still holding people accountable and maintaining high standards overall?
Yeah, that balance is key. I think the trick is to lead with understanding, but also clarity. So you set clear expectations, and when people fall short, you address it directly. But you do it from a place of care and curiosity, asking what's going on for you, how can I support you? That way you're holding people accountable, but they also know you're invested in their growth, which keeps motivation and standards high.
What role does empathy play in resolving conflicts within teams? Does it actually work in tense situations?
Yeah, absolutely. Empathy is such a powerful tool in conflict resolution because it helps each person feel heard and understood. When people feel like you get where they're coming from, it reduces defensiveness and opens the door to collaboration. Of course, it doesn't solve every problem instantly, but it creates that foundation of trust that lets people work through tough issues more effectively.
Now, can empathy be developed as a leadership skill, or is it a personality trait you either have or don't?
Oh, definitely. While some people might have a natural inclination toward empathy, it's absolutely a skill you can build. It takes practice, like actively listening, asking open ended questions, and being mindful of your own biases. Over time, with intention, you can really strengthen your empathetic abilities as a leader.
All right, now lastly, what's one thing a leader or team member can do today or practice more empathy in their workplace?
I'd say one really simple thing is to just have a daily check in with a colleague. Ask them how they're doing, not just about work, but genuinely about how they're feeling. And then really listen and respond. That small step can build trust and openness, and it creates a ripple effect of empathy across the team.
All right, everyone, this was the end of my discussion with ChatGPT. I hope you liked it. Until the next one, Allah Hafiz.